angry.
Hi, and welcome to Wrong Way. And finally, we're back with an unboxing. This time, it's the Kingsong N11 Cheetah, a pretty high-tech scooter. So, let me tell you more about it.
Wrong way.
First of all, also big thanks to Kingsong themselves for sending me this scooter for testing purposes and also for me to keep. Now also, disclaimer, I was actually paid by Kingsong to do this review. However, I will probably still do it if they didn't even pay me. So I guess thanks for that. Anyways, a bit of a time ago, I said that I wouldn't do many scooter videos anymore because all of the scooters kind of look the same and I'm more, into this. But this scooter is different and I'll tell you why in a second. But first, let's unbox this ginormous box. No fancy unboxing knives?
Of course not.
That looks like nice foam. I hate it. And also Ryan from Ginger on Wheels also hates it when he gets like bad quality styrofoam. This is cool. This won't leave you like any small bits and pieces flying around your apartment. But yeah, dang, look at that. 40-watt headlight. I think this might be just the best headlight on the scooter market currently, but we'll have to see how it works later. Just really properly packed. We have an instruction manual, which is also not a given. Okay, we have a small overview of the functions, all of the details, so you can maybe screenshot this here on the left side. 60 km/h top speed, but high torque motors, that's what they talk about. 130 kilometers range, probably not in my use case. 150 kilograms maximum weight of the rider, so pretty nice. Net weight 47 kilograms, I think that is not right. We'll have to check on that as well, but yeah. It's pretty cool that they include all of the information here. This is, as said, not a given if you receive a scooter from China. We also do receive a charger right in the box, and they have two charging options available. This is, of course, the slow charger, which is 2 amps. So for a full charge, it will take around 11 hours, 10-11 hours. But they also have the hypercharge. So you can actually charge the scooter at 10 amps, which is pretty quick, around 2 to 2.5 hours for a full charge. Pretty quick for a scooter in this price range. I mean, in this category. Here we have a bunch of screws and hex keys, so I guess this will be for the battery, as the scooter was shipped via air freight and the battery was sent separately. And here you can see a funny logo. Cargo airplane only. Let's get this off. Okay, as usual, I have to put the handlebar in place. So I guess we'll start with that. Oh, and we have a display here. That will be very cool. This will be pretty cool, probably. Let me get the right tools and let's install the handlebar. This is the biggest piece of tough foam I've ever seen, probably. Look at this thing. I'm slowly getting excited about the scooter. And a thumb throttle. Okay. All right. Just lock this in place somehow. Okay. Ooh. And right away, this is something I didn't see yet in a scooter. Here are some bolts that make sure that the handlebar stays in place and you put it in correctly. Very nice. That's very cool because sometimes the handlebar can like turn around or you don't know how to like place it properly. This is a cool option. Now, right away, when I said, yes to Kingsong to check out this scooter, I knew that there will be interesting things happening in the design of this thing. So this is the first glimpse of it. I think now is the time to put the battery in. Now, this is a process you wouldn't usually do by yourself. It's just for me. You can see that the battery unit has some like reinforced plastic here on the back, the battery compartment. Oh, this is the grip tape we will put on the other side. Seal around the battery unit. So this scooter is like water resistant. I think there's a rating on the side, but of course we have to check that out as well. But here on the bottom you can see this is the heart of the scooter, and this is a custom PCB, which is amazing. Usually all of the scooters have some sort of cheap square wave controllers with not much like intelligent functions, unless you have like a Xiaomi M365 or like a 9bot Max. But this thing is very cool as it's designed by Kingsong. It works with an app. There's a lot of additional features here, which we'll of course dive in later. And of course there's also a heatsink underneath. That's very cool. Okay, so now I'll just cut the video short a bit. We'll put in the battery and get back to you. So we just put the battery in, and it's pretty cool actually that they send it to me like this, because then I have more of a chance to check out the interior or the insides of the scooter. Now if you look in here, the battery is actually, it has some sort of plastic cover outside, which is really cool because usually there's just a plastic gasket around the cells themselves, and this increases safety of this unit. A couple of other things is also that there's a very beefy XT90 plug here soldered into the motherboard. Just a good plug which will handle a lot of current, and I believe it's also with a fuse. So Kingsong is really thinking about the safety here, really nice. Everything is very snugly mounted into here. You can see that there's just barely any room for movement, and there's a big piece of metal to let the battery not slide back and forth. Really, really nice. Now we'll put this lid on, we'll put the cables aside. This looks solid, I like that. All right, so we assembled everything, every screw is in, and we're ready to take it out. And just before I take it out, I wanted to ask you for a like on the video, because that would be nice. That helps me a lot with the channel, and maybe a subscribe. That would make me happy, and maybe you when you see the next video. Here is how it looks like. We have a blue stripe on the side. Here's grip tape, which is not grip, sorry, it's just rubber. So here is a small space to get the scooter out. We can't pull on this because it's plastic. So I guess we have to pull it out. Okay, I need a bit of space. 3. Oh, that will be hard. 3, 2, I guess 1. Get out. Okay, up. Go. All right, we have it out of the box, and I gotta say, first impressions, pretty amazing. Like this thing feels solid as, I don't know, no scooter probably. I think it looks even better than the VSET 10 Plus. I like it a lot. Really cool frame here with like an angled design here on the side, not like one of the boxy usual frames you get in scooters. And this is actually like probably aluminum. So it's not like just a nice piece to look at. It's actually like structural and functional. Probably that's how they could also allow the scooter to have 150 kilograms of load capacity. Finally, first scooter ever probably on my channel to feature a proper mudguard. Like it took a EUC company to make a proper mudguard. Look at this thing. This thing is made out of plastic, 2 bolts here, 2 bolts on the other side. Really cool tail light. We'll take a look at that in a second. But yeah, here nothing can get wrong. All the splashing from here, the mudguard takes care of it, and from this side we have another bit of a extender here to the footrest. Tires, I think they're 11-inch off-road design, so probably not the best for the street use, but they for sure sound great. Like one of these Star Wars. Swing arms look really solid. Also the cables are routed here on the inside, really nice. And on the other side, maybe I'll just turn it around, the Zoom hydraulic brakes. Now, I'm more of a fan of the NUTT brakes, but this thing will have, this thing will have a lot of stopping power because, well, we have unicycles, they have no brakes at all, like disc brakes, and this thing is made by a unicycle company, so I believe that the regenerative braking will be insanely nice here, and you won't worry about the brakes at all, but for this we'll have to wait for the full review. Here in the back you can see that there is actually no like spring suspension, it's all in this rubber cartridge, and they say it's a 80 millimeter travel, so 8 centimeters. So let's maybe take a quick look at that, how that translates to real life. Oh, also very nice kickstand in the right position, not in the back, not too much in the front, exactly in the middle. This thing is solid. You can probably adjust it here to make it higher or lower. Very nice. Oh, and also the charge ports on the side. Pretty classic location. I guess they're a bit better secured because here's this lip on the top, so not that big of a chance when scraping. So that's also pretty cool. But man, the design is also really nice. Okay, let's see. Suspension feels very much like the Dualtrons, with the exception that it's actually soft. That feels really nice. I'm actually excited to take it out for a spin. Very cool. All right, so moving up to the front, the steering is locking, which is nice, and there's also a bit of a locks in place in the middle, like the Dualtrons. So when you're just driving straight, it's a bit easier to make these like fine adjustments to ride. Also pretty cool. But I can't wait to turn on the computer, but we'll do that in a second. And moving on here on the front, also the 160, I believe, millimeter zoom brakes and the front light. We'll check that out in a second. Let's check out the folding mechanism first. So I'll just do that. Here we have a clamp in the front. And okay, it's as simple as that. Basically like a Xiaomi scooter. Here we have a small recessed part. And it locks in place, and then we can also lift it. Now, I'm also curious how heavy it is. Let me get the scale. And with the scooter, I am 117.2. So this will be what, like around 40 kilograms, 30, 38, 39. A bit heavier than like the 010X and VSAT 10 Plus, but this thing looks a lot beefier, and it has a big battery, 60 volts. 22.4 amp hours, around 1300 watt hours, which is a bit bigger than what's usually in this category of scooters. I also really like that the stem fixes in place there. Let's lock it in here. Satisfying click. And what's that? Is it for the clamp? Let's see. Flip it over this. Not really sure if that's the purpose of this thing, but definitely it would prevent a bit of the stress you have of like opening this up by accident. But as I said, I'll talk to King Song. Not sure if that's the purpose of this element. I'll just put it back into place. All right, so all of the cables in the front routed very nicely here. Is there any problem when turning? Not really. All right, let's boot it up, shall we? Just a single button here, and it's on. Also a beeper inside. Okay, just speed and battery percentage. And to switch between modes, I have to press twice here. P1, P2, P3 being the strongest mode. So I'll just leave it there. And for changing between single and dual motor, a bit of a difficult thing to do. You have to press the brake and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It's C0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. C1. I guess one of those things means that it's single and dual motor. So while I was also browsing through the instruction manual here, there's also a set of failure codes in case something breaks. You can also see what's wrong with your scooter. So no need to like check forums and find out what's wrong with the scooter. You just have it here in your instruction manual. Okay, so the display is cool and all of that, but many scooters have displays. But this scooter has great lighting and also a great app support. So let's check this out. So now let's boot up the lights. Just a single tap here. Whoa! That's bright. Oh my God. That's very, very bright. Let me just compare that to my Veteran Sherman. Okay, so this is the King Song N11 light. This is the Veteran Sherman. The scooter has actually the more powerful light. That's the first time ever this happened. This is insane. And it's also a very focused beam, so it won't be blinding others. Like, I'm just standing here in front of the scooter and it's fine. Do you see anything? I guess at some point it will start annoying, but it's not that bad. But 40 watt headlight, dude, that is amazing. I can't wait to take this thing out on a night ride. That'll be fun. Okay, but that's not everything. We have also a cool taillight. I'll show you here. Boom. Is it bright? I guess it's visible. It's fine. And as you can see on the floor, it also matches with the RGB light that is on the side, which is also very, very, very cool. This thing looks dope. And then the next thing is that when we put it on the floor, here we can see the side lights, and they actually will, let's see, they are cycling with the speed of a scooter. Last thing we want to do is to check out the app as well. All right, so here we have the Kingsong app. There's the N11. I can connect to it. And as you have noticed, there is no key ignition on the scooter, but I can lock it. And then nobody is able to ride with it. It's locked. So then I can also unlock it in the app. Very simple. Just like with an electric unicycle or like a Xiaomi scooter. There's a horn. Okay, I guess that's a bit of a joke of a horn. We can also select the night lights if they're on or off. And we can set up a vehicle password. Here you can see the remaining mileage, the battery, total mileage. Also the motor temperature, that's insane. I think that's actually the control board temperature though. So if you need more like information about your ride, you can just like pop your phone here and then you'll have everything you need. But there's also like moments and other stuff that I don't use particularly, but there's also the settings option here. And here I can get device info, through the password, I can make a firmware update, just when it turns off. There's cruise control, sliding start, I guess that's where you can select from which speed the scooter starts. I can put it at, I don't know, 1, and it confirms that it's been set. Gear adjustment, brake strength adjustment. I want it at max because I'm curious how it works. And throttle acceleration adjustment and drive mode. Oh, here you can also select, so if you're going with 1 motor or 2. Throttle I want to have on max as well. Anyways, here you can also record your journey with all of the stats from inside of the scooter, similar to an electric unicycle. So yeah, this app is packed with features. So anyways, this is the Kingsong N11. I think it's a very, very exciting scooter and very compelling as for now. That's my first impressions. Electric scooter in the, I don't know, 010X VSET 10 Plus Eagle, Dualtron Eagle Pro league. And I'm very curious to find out how it rides. So be sure to look out for the full review of this scooter. And if you're still here, leave a like on the video, subscribe to see more content like this. I'll see you in the next video. See you soon.